Welcome back. We have a plea for prison money, UAB's longest COVID patient, and this week's weather outlook. I'm Mike Morgan, and we're down in Alabama. In the name of COVID-19, as we all know, the U.S. has been in a bit of a fiat money free-for-all. The word trillion isn't even jarring anymore. So why doesn't Alabama's prison system go ahead and take its turn at the spigot? That's what Alabama Department of Corrections Commissioner Jeff Dunn wants to know. The Associated Press and Montgomery Advertiser are reporting that Dunn sent a letter to the U.S. Treasury Department asking whether ADOC can get some COVID-19 recovery fund action. Dunn said the money would help households and businesses as well as help with, quote, systemic public health and economic challenges that may have contributed to more severe impacts of the pandemic among low-income communities and people of color. He said the money could be used for adding to the healthcare staffing and programs at the prisons and getting inmates access to remote learning. And speaking of COVID, the University of Alabama at Birmingham Hospital's longest hospitalized COVID-19 patient was discharged this past Friday afternoon after spending 6 months at UAB Hospital, reports AL.com's Amy Yerkinen. Ricky Ham is a medevac helicopter pilot. I also ought to mention that when he went into the hospital, he was 50 years old, because that's the first question we have when somebody has a bad case. But 50 isn't old. It's a little younger every year, as a matter of fact. Ham got sick back in January when so many people were getting sick. He ended up staying in the hospital for 187 days. And folks, he was on life support for 5 months. They had him hooked up to an ECMO machine that would take out his blood, take out some of the carbon dioxide, add oxygen, and then put the blood back in him. No offense to the folks at UAB, but that is not a pleasant stay. He left with an oxygen tank and hearing aids, since his hearing was another thing the virus attacked. Ham's wife, Shannon, quote, "We were not sure how it was going to go at first. He was basically out of it for about 4 months. Once he woke up and joined the fight, things got better." Well, let's talk about the week ahead in Alabama weather. I'm going to let weather reporter Lee Morgan do it, though, while I take a break over here.
We'll see how long that lasts. So we're looking at higher rain chances both today and Tuesday. I know everybody's sick of rain. I'm not sick of rain, but everybody else seems to be sick and tired of rain, but you're going to have to deal with it for another couple of days.
Everybody's lawn's looking great.
I'm sure.
Golf courses are looking great.
And it always comes back to golf. So the positive, though, is that all this rain is going to keep temperatures down, and we're getting toward the hottest part of the summer, and we're going to have highs in the 80s and maybe even 70s for the first part of this week. So let's look at the positives, people. We are going to have some more rain. Could be heavy rain at times, especially today and Tuesday. Now, by Wednesday, hopefully the system that's been generating all the rain is going to kind of scoot on out, and we'll have lower rain chances. Now, there's still going to be your standard summertime afternoon scattered showers and storms kind of thing, right?
Like the 2 days in a row last week that Birmingham just out of nowhere kind of got walloped, right?
I know. It was kind of crazy how the storm, one of them in particular, just blew up right over the city and caused some flash flooding. But
Frog strangler.
Yes. But anyway, so Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we're going to look for a slightly lower rain chances. Doesn't mean it's not going to rain. And slightly hotter temperatures when we get back more toward a typical summertime pattern. And also, nothing to talk about in the tropics. Very quiet right now. The National Hurricane Center doesn't have anything on the board they're watching, and we would love for it to stay that way.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Lee.
No problem.
And thanks, everybody, for listening. We'll be back here again tomorrow. Until then, y'all come on by and see us anytime you can. We're on the internet at al.com.